Greetings, friends. It's Denise again with Denise's Dancing Paintbrush and part 3 of a project that I started many months ago, but still have not finished. This is my photo reference. You see I have a wreath in her hair and roses in front of her. So this past week, all I finished was her hand and her hair and, a few things on her face, and I finished putting in all the leaves around the roses. The next step will be doing the roses and the wreath in her hair. So I'm almost there, but I didn't push it. I feel like if I take my time, I can really enjoy the process rather than feeling a deadline looming ahead of me. And so it's much more enjoyable this way. You can see her hand is drawn on a piece of tissue paper so that I can move it around as I work on it and decide where I want to place it by the time it's ready to be permanently attached. All these pieces of paper come from magazines and wall calendars, and this is the time of year when I get old wall calendars to use in my collages. Some of the best colored paper comes from the wall calendars. They're nice and heavy and have a gloss to them, so they're perfect. Well, I think. So it's the start of a new year, and I like to do a little bit of planning. I like to, it's not resolutions necessarily, it's goal setting. I like to decide, what am I going to do this year, and what would I like to accomplish by the end of the year? Definitely more collages, but I want to start working on a children's book that has been on the back burner for quite a long time. I'd like to see if I can, if not finish it, get it half finished by the end of the year. I think that's a possible goal. It's just working it into the minutia of everyday life. There's just so many things going on all the time, dragging my attention away from what I'd really like to be working on. Laundry, dishes, cooking dinner, that kind of thing. I like reading stories about famous artists from the past. One in particular, Georgia O'Keeffe, had the money and wherewithal to hire a maid to do all her cooking and her cleaning and her laundry, and she could spend her time exclusively on her art. That must be really nice. So after I finished putting on all the hair in shades of gold, little brown here and there, I decided it's not light enough in certain places. I think I'm going to go back before I put the wreath in her hair and do a few white highlights where the sun would be catching her hair and making it glow. But that's just one more little, detail that I'll get to. I finally finished the hand, and as you can see, I already have glued it into place. And now I've got a gap there just below the hand where all the leaves and the roses need to be, and I'm going to put mostly dark leaves in that spot before I set in the roses. That way I know that the roses, no matter which way I put them, won't leave a white spot underneath. And now I'm cutting those little leaves that'll go in the wreath in her hair. That part's going to take me a little while. And also the little red berries. And so that's actually as far as I got this week. Thanks so much for watching. I hope you check in next week to see how I finally finish this piece. But do check out some of my links below and see what else I've been working on. Have a great week, everyone. Happy New Year. Bye.